Look at all these plushies in here. So many of them in the Vauxhall Forenza. So I'd see two at once, but I approve. I approve of the Vauxhall Forenza a great deal. So TBR S3, these are very rare. So my dad had one of these about 15 years ago now, a really long time ago, when I was a kid, and so seeing one now for the first time in a long time, it does bring back a lot of memories. Although I think his was sort of a dark green with a beige leather interior. This one is sort of a black or a very dark blue with a black leather interior, but still. So these have a 2.9 Ford V6, the Cologne V6, made about 170 horsepower, which in a car this light, it was enough to make it go. It could really go. Yeah, I've sort of low-key wanted one of these now for a while, but just finding one is really difficult. So plenty of interesting stuff along here. We've got a Renault 8, Ford Escort RS Mark III. I think this is a Mustang of some description. Yes, it is. But then it's over here that we've got some really interesting stuff. So this is old Mercedes. We've got an BJ40 Land Cruiser, I think, in red. Lovely looking thing. And AC, oh god, it's the one they made in the 90s, the Brooklands or the 21, I forget which one it was, but these are extremely rare. They really did not make very many of these. So I think this has a V8. I really don't know a lot about these, I'm afraid, so I won't pretend that I do. Chevrolet Corvette C3, and this must be a very late one because it says it has a crossfire fuel injection, so yeah, this will probably be an early 80s. Yeah, X-Reg, so probably like an 82, probably one of the last ones. But then check this out, this is what I'm here for, the basic stuff. Mark 1 Fiesta, very low spec model, because it hasn't even got a passenger door mirror. That's how basic we're talking here. It's probably what, an L or something like that. Hasn't even got a radio. There's a blanking area there for the radio. Yeah, it doesn't even say. This is probably a base model, actually, I think. So I think Sean Hudson of Morsels of Motors, he would like this. Well, no, he had a Mark 1 Fiesta recently on the channel, but this is an even lower spec than the one he had. I spy an Aristo. And I think this might be the turbo because it is the Vertex edition. And I know that because it says it on the side. So this is white with an aftermarket interior. I think the seats might be out of a GT86, I want to say. See there? Vertex edition. Oh yes. This is the dream, I think, for me. This is the dream. Is to have one of these, but they're about 10 times the price I paid for my GS300, and at that point, I might as well just turbo my GS300. That would be more cost effective. But I spy something else over here, which is even cooler. It's a Pajero Evo in blue. I've never seen one of these before at all. But this may well have been wrapped. I don't know if this was a factory colour. Someone in the comments will probably know. But I've never seen one of these before. Oh, yes. So check this out. I didn't know what this was. I thought at first that this was an old Soviet car, but it's not. It's a Ford Zephyr that's had a presumably period estate conversion, so a coach-build estate conversion, and that's probably one of only a handful that were made in period. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this is the only one left still on the road, but this literally does just look like a big sort of Soviet car from the period, because this is the sort of thing they would do: take an existing model, make it into a newer version, and just make it for years and years and years. But that is something you do not see every day. Someday I will own a Mark 1 MR2. Someday. Here's some 6-cylinder noises, but check out this baby blue Volvo P1800 with its engine bay open. Yeah, that's definitely a 4-cylinder engine. I know practically nothing about these. But what I do know is that they are a very, very pretty car. And characteristically, so obviously Volvos at that time were quite, well, even back in the 60s they were fairly blocky, and then this came along. It's stunning.